Hello, welcome back to Let's Play Jane's Fighters Anthology as we continue with the reference materials. So today, we'll finish off with the AIM-54. AIM-54C Phoenix. Title AIM-54 Phoenix. Type long-range radar-guided air-to-air missile. Development of the AIM-54A Phoenix started in 1960, with Hughes being selected as prime contractor in 1962. Initial flight trials started in 1965, continuing through to 1972, and production was started in 1972 with final deliveries to the U.S. Navy in with first deliveries to the U.S. Navy in 1974. Development of an improved version, AIM-54C, was started in 1977, and flight trials spread from 1979 to 1985. Initial production contracts for AIM-54C were let to Hughes in 1984, and Raytheon was awarded the second source production qualification contract in 1986. Production contracts were competed for by consortia led by Hughes and Raytheon from 1989. A further Phoenix upgrade was started in 1987, incorporating reprogrammable memory, a new TWT amplifier in the transmitter adapted from the AIM-120, and a new antenna. These modifications were to increase the range and improve the ECCM performance. Testing of this upgrade started in 1990. Up to 6 Phoenix missiles can be carried by the F-14 Tomcat aircraft, although the AUG-9 fire control system and missiles were originally developed for carriage on the F-111B, which was later canceled. It has been reported that the Japanese are examining the feasibility of carrying Phoenix missiles on their P-3C Orion aircraft. Oh, that's interesting. I mean, it's pretty close in form factor to the Maverick, so they could if they really wanted to, I think. It's a lot heavier, I think, but obviously that never happened because I've never heard of Japanese P-3 Orions carrying the Phoenix missile, nor have we ever sold them any. Description: the AIM-54A Phoenix missile has 4 delta wings with 4 rectangular control fins at the rear. The missile is 3.96 meters long, has a body diameter of 360 millimeters, and a wingspan of 0.92 meters. The missile weighs 443 kilograms. The AIM-54A has continuous wave monopulse semi-active radar homing with updates during mid-course and an active pulse Doppler terminal radar. During the mid-course phase with the aircraft radar in the track while scan mode, the missile acquires and tracks the target. Mid-course updates are sent by the launch aircraft giving target Doppler and position information to the missile. Missile also has a home-on jam capability. Phoenix missile and the AUG-9 fire control system on the F-14 are coupled together. Both were developed by Hughes, and the aircraft can launch up to 6 missiles against multiple targets. The F-14 carries 4 missiles below the fuselage and 2 on wing pylons. AIM-54A Phoenix was successfully demonstrated intercepting targets at 50 feet or 15 meters, as well as 80,000 feet or 24.4 kilometers. AIM-54C has the same dimensions as the A version but weighs 463 kilograms. This version has several improvements, including a digital signal processor, solid-state transmitter receiver for active terminal radar, improved ECCM, inertial mid-course guidance to supplement the continuous semi-active mode, an active radar fuse built-in test to provide a test sequence of the major missile components before launch ejection, and built-in missile heaters and coolers to remove the dependence upon aircraft supplies. Specifications: AIM-54A, length 3.96 meters, body diameter 380 millimeters, wingspan 0.92 meters, launch weight 443 kilograms, warhead 60 kilogram HE continuous rod, fuse IR, guidance semi-active, update, and active radar. Propulsion solid propellant, range 150 kilometers. AIM-54C, length 3.96 meters, body diameter 380 millimeters, wingspan 0.92 meters, launch weight 463 kilograms, warhead 60 kilogram HE continuous rod, fuse, active radar, guidance, semi-active, update, inertial, and active radar. Propulsion solid propellant, range 150 kilometers. Here we can see a Phoenix mounted on a Tomcat, and here we can see the Tomcat firing a missile. And here it is, in-game, in all its glory. This is definitely my missile of choice for intercepting bombers, which was the primary role it was made for, but it provides a useful standoff capability for destroying enemy fighter aircraft before they can get in range as well. Obviously, this was retired with the Tomcat, and now the AMRAAM is almost if not, it's either close to or actually exceeds the range of the AIM-54 when it was in service. And I know the AIM-260 will for sure exceed it. There was supposed to be a successor to the AIM-54. I forget what it was designated, but I believe Raytheon and Hughes were competing for that one. There were two versions made, and it would have also included a rear-facing radar pod for the Tomcat, so that way they could launch their missiles, turn around to go back to the carrier and refuel and rearm right away. And then the radar pod, with the radar pods, they could still provide mid-course data link updates to the missiles. Obviously, that program was canceled with the end of the Cold War, and forever gone with the retirement of the Tomcat as well. And that would have had an even longer range than the AIM-54 Phoenix. But definitely a very useful missile, but only the Iranians got use out of it. I think we fired like one or two in Iraq and they missed or otherwise failed, which that happens with military equipment. Nothing's perfect, but yeah, all in all, a good missile. So with that concludes our videos for today. So with that, thank you all for watching, and stay tuned for next time, and stay safe out there, and we'll see you then.